So I'm okay with Balogun playing in the game, and I'm even okay with the White House making a phone call. If I were Portugal, I would be steamed, totally steamed about this, and rightfully so. They are steamed about this, because we are getting our best scorer back, and maybe he can win the game. On the other hand, the head of FIFA understands this is a television show. He's going to get 40 million people watching tonight, and if we beat Belgium, he's getting 60 million on the next game.
These two are separate things. I don't want outside intervention determining who can play.
I think
we wouldn't stand for that in anything else. But outside intervention.
I think everybody's got a right to make their position known. In other words, people say, for example, let's keep sports and politics separate.
And they spare me. Stop.
Spare me from that, because he's in the most corrupt organization.
All the people who normally say, many of the people normally say, keep politics out of my sports. I don't want to hear it. What are they saying today? If it suits their needs and gets the player they want under their flag onto the field.
Again, and not only that, I believe Cristiano Ronaldo was supposed to miss the first 2 games.
This is not the World Cup. Right?
No,
it's not.
In the lead up to the World Cup, all rules
That's why I say
were dropped.
360 degrees.
Okay.
Shameful.
But we disagree on a lot of the particulars of this. Let's stay with the World Cup, though. Yesterday's highlights were Norway getting 2 goals from Erling Haaland and knocking out former world power Brazil. And then England, against all odds, went into altitude in Mexico City and beat Mexico in a thrilling game where England played a man down for the last 40 minutes. Wilbon, you were totally geeked up for these games. Where do you want to start?
Tony, I'll start just briefly because it's been a few days now with Cape Verde's incredibly valiant loss to Argentina. I mean, this is so beyond 1 versus 16 and something real familiar.
The smallest.
This is David Goliath. This is not possible. That game.
The population size of Baltimore.
Yes. The way it played out, the way the game played out, the goal that made it 2-2. Yes, my voice is a little raspy because I was screaming the entire match. And then, look, Mexico, England last night, Jude Bellingham was the best player on the field. I mean, not only did he have 2 goals, he also prevented a goal, straight up prevented. And so we get to that because England goes down in altitude, in the heat, and wins in Mexico where nobody ever wins, like twice in 60 years. But Brazil loses.
I knew
you said former power Brazil.
I did.
Come on now. Brazil hasn't won since 2002. Ancelotti, a decorated coach, he better be decorated because he'd be starting a press conference with somebody asking, have you resigned yet?
Like the Dutch coach.
This guy has been great everywhere except Brazil is now former world power. And I'm reading all night. I started to text you, but I knew you'd be asleep. 3:30 this morning. Why is Brazil not Brazil?
Yeah.
And part of it has to do with midfield play. And all the great midfielders, the magician-like, the wizard-like midfielders they've had over the decades, they don't seem to have anymore. And it's just like they're lacking. What is Brazil gonna do to get this back? And then you lose. They are gonna lose and say goodbye, happy trails, to one of their all-time great players.
Yeah, Neymar. Retired.
Neymar's going to be done, and he was tearful, sobbing. Brazil.
I would like to talk a little bit about England, but first I just want to say this. The World Cup, from a viewing standpoint, could not be better.
No.
Because the stars are scoring goals. Mbappe and Messi and Harry Kane is scoring goals, and Haaland is scoring goals, so it looks great on television. Let me get to England. They're in an impossible situation. They're playing at 7,500 feet altitude. It's like Aspen, right? It's all the way up as high as you can go. They're playing in that, so you know that they're at a complete 3 days to acclimate is ridiculous. You're at a complete disadvantage in terms of respiratory health.
Yes.
Then the Mexican fans surround the hotel where the English team is. They light up fireworks and serenade all night long so they don't get any sleep. And then they're playing in a stadium where Mexico has played 89 games and lost how many? 2. And none in the World Cup. I would say, Mike.
And then 10 versus.
They're one short. I would say, Mike, that is the hardest road game in any sport of all time. Of all time.
In these
and they win.
World Cup.
And their 2 best players, Bellingham and Harry Kane,
were great.
How about Harry Kane's week? He gets the 2 late goals against Congo that saves that game, and he gets a goal. It's a completely impossible
From a
week.
viewing standpoint, Tony, it is.
Yeah.
Stars being stars, David versus
what you want.
Goliath.
That's what you
You're
want.
still having big games.
Don't surprise me. Get the heavy-duty guys out there scoring goals.
They're out there. Let's move to Wimbledon, where Naomi Osaka,
Your
my
favorite.
fave, as you know,
She's your favorite.
upset top seed and world #1 Arena Sabalenka in straight sets. It's Osaka's first time into the quarters of Wimbledon. First time. Also going out over the weekend were second-seeded Elena Rybakina and defending champ Iga Swiatek. So, Tony, could you see Osaka winning this whole thing?
Okay, so let's review this again. Let's review her history at Wimbledon. She has won 2 U.S. Opens. She has won 2 Australian Opens. She never got to the 4th round at Wimbledon before. This is the furthest she has ever been. This is not her best surface, obviously, by any means.
That's right.
And if you want her to win, Mike, she's got to win 3 more matches on grass. So I sort of think that that's a long shot, but it needs to be said that the women's game, like, this is not the men's game where you got Alcaraz and Sinner. The women's game, you got 10 to 15 people who pop up and win something and then recede a little bit.
6
in a row.
different winners in a row.
Six
of
in a row,
slams.
which
Yes.
opens it up, I think, to everybody. I watched a lot of this match. Don't ask me why, but I did. I would say that Sabalenka has been the most consistent of the highly ranked women over
She
the
has
last
been.
2 years. The most consistent. There was a point, she was hitting a lot of balls into the net. There was a point where she took her own racket, banged herself in the head 5 to 10
I
times
thought she was
with
going to draw blood.
with her own racket, because this is straight sets and it's not supposed to happen.
No, Tony, it's not. Except we're talking about Naomi Osaka, who does have 4 to her name.
But not there.
Okay, not there. And it's been a while coming back. It's been, I don't even want to use the word tedious. It's just, bit by bit, she has come back and gotten better. She can lose to
She has
Makova.
been better known for fashion than tennis in recent years.
Lately, like what it says coming back, so
Yes.
it's been a couple of years. She could lose to Makova, who I think is seeded 10th, but she could also beat her.
Yeah.
You mentioned the nature of women's tennis right now, and if Osaka can continue to serve as she did against Sabalenka,
Played great.
she's going to have an advantage there. And Tony,
I'm looking at Coco Gauff, though.
Coco Gauff is, look, she has got the goods to win any tournament, anytime. We know that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, if Osaka at her best, if she can get back to that point, she's as good as Gauff has been.
This is, remember in the French Open, every top seed went out by the first Saturday? Well, this is looking like that at Wimbledon, that people are just going out. Jessica Pegula, I think, is the highest seed left.
Pegula could win?
Well, she could, except she's only been to 1 final in a major, and she didn't win that. I mean, I just, again, the men's draw, you know who's going to be in the semis, and in the women's draw in the
Most
last 2
bankable
years, you
stars,
don't know.
been Sabalenka.
Yeah.
And now, done.
Yeah, it was amazing to me. I mean, banging her head.
But you know what? Look, you and I both will admit to some sort of fascination with her.
Yes.
Because
yes.
she's so mercurial.
Yes.
And then after the matches, she sits there and she's calm and she's fascinating to listen to.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
But,
Let's take a break. Coming up, could LeBron actually join the Timberwolves?
No.
Really? I'm going to say something different.
And were the Marlins right to pull Yuri Perez while he's pitching a perfecto?
No.